Check, check, mic check. Check, check, mic check. Man, y'all already know what it is. Your boy back with another banger of a video. Man, we live, y'all, so y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all like, comment, and sub, man. Y'all like, comment, and sub. Show love to the channel and all that good stuff. So we gonna hop right into it, right? Today, I think that was yesterday. The Heat leaked that LeBron. Heat leaks LeBron signing. All right. Today was a hell of a time to be a Miami Heat fan, right? Today, they end up leaking that LeBron could be signing with the team, right? And in my opinion, best fit, right? Let's talk about the fits here. Let's talk about the teams that were in the sweepstakes to sign LeBron. Let's talk about the 76ers. In my opinion, 76ers sound like a dream fit for what he's saying that he wants. He wants to be on a team that could compete for a championship now. He wants to be a guy that's every day grinding for the same achievement. Because in the East, the 76ers, if you add LeBron to that team in the East, the 76ers become a fucking juggernaut, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? With VJ, Maxey, LeBron, and fucking Joel Embiid. Now, with Joel Embiid, yeah, he injured a lot, but also when he plays, man. He plays. That nigga be having like 50 points and shit. I don't really like Joel. I think the trust the process shit died the day he was supposed to be, the day that they were supposed to be trusting the process, because he was injured right out the gate. Okay, now the facts is that the Miami Heat is the best option. It's, in my opinion, it's either Philly or Miami. Cleveland is not even in the mix because they have two primary ball handlers, man. Two primary ball handlers already as is. Okay, in my opinion, already as is, they already have two phenomenal ball handlers. They have Spider, who could be a ball handler, 6'3" point guard if he needed to. James Harden, he gonna come back. He haven't signed, but he only haven't signed because LeBron hasn't signed yet. Cleveland is trying to keep everything open so that maybe if LeBron signs, they can get a pay cut with James Harden. Now, the thing is about that, in my opinion, is that the Heat is the best fit for Bron. Okay, I got my notes here. I got my notes here, y'all. My notes. But in my opinion, best team for Bron, because Bron honestly is a point forward and he wants to be a point forward. Like, some of his best seasons were when him and Kyrie was handling the ball together. Now, on the team, it can be two primary ball handlers, in my opinion. Just like the Cavs, they already have two. LeBron don't want to be a corner nigga no more. He don't want to just sit in the corner, shoot threes, and be the third, fourth option. He don't want to do that. In LA, he was the third option in LA. At some nights, in the third option, the problem with being third option in any system is some nights you could be the fourth, fifth if you had the third option. So if Kennard, like last year, if Kennard got hot, LeBron was now the fourth option with Luka and Reeves on the floor, which is, in my opinion, we could talk about the Lakers all day. They not winning shit. Luka not winning shit with that team because that team ain't built for Luka to win. Where's the defense? They ain't addressed no defensive need. They added Kessler. Everybody's like Kessler, Kessler, Kessler. They been wanting Kessler. So let's exit Kessler out the equation. They would have got Kessler regardless, right? Probably not with LeBron being on the team, but regardless, they was gonna go get Kessler because they've been talking about getting him for the last 2 years. All right, and then Kessler is a good defender to me. I don't lob threat, maybe. We'll see, because that's what Luka wants, a defensive lob threat. So maybe he can be that. But last year, Ayton wasn't that. Ayton was dog shit. Let's be honest. Ayton last year was absolute garbage. Okay, last year Ayton was, in my opinion, the worst center in the league. Okay, just because he put up a few numbers here and there, that don't mean nothing. Okay, let's get back to the point that Bron wants to be the primary ball handler. In 17, where he averaged 9 assists. In the bubble, he averaged 10, and they won a championship. So I think in his head, the best option is him to be the primary ball handler. What other option is there? I'm winning championships when I'm the primary guy, right? The primary ball handler, not the primary guy, the primary ball handler. That's what he wants to be. And I think the Heat is in a good position because remember that statement. Remember that statement that he made before he joined the Heat way back in the day. He said, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Y'all remember that, right? And he only got 2. So in my opinion, in Miami, there's unfinished business. He already won a championship for Cleveland. Cleveland ain't win no more championships. They got some young studs out there, but I don't believe that they'll get close to winning another championship. You know what I'm saying? Even with Bron on the team, that doesn't make them the best team in the East. You feel me? I feel like even Boston with losing Brown is still a better team. Honestly, we just have to see, because I think that Boston plays better defense. And in the playoffs, the defense is what's way more streamlined, if you could say, or way more important than an offensive team with an offensive game. Last year, in my opinion, Spider didn't have the best playoff run. Spider did not have the best playoff run. James Harden did what James Harden do in the playoffs. Okay, so I'm saying, he should not go to Cleveland. Cleveland will not be the best team in the East. And let me tell you. Also, I'm thinking that at this point in his career, he's not retiring next year. He's not retiring the year after. I think he's going to be 3-4 years before Bron retiring, bro. Before we get that retirement tour, it's going to be 3-4 years, because he also said in an interview somewhere else that he can average 10 points a game at 60. Bron worried about numbers now again. He ain't worried about he worried about championships because that boosts his legacy. But if he's thinking now at this age, if I just get the numbers, we can get the championship on the right squad, and he's right. If he can go out there average 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists, bro, that team that he's on gonna win a championship. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous numbers for a guy over 40. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, if he don't go to Miami will be a playoff team for the remainder of Giannis's contract. For the duration of the time that they have Giannis, which they probably will end up trading him again in 2-3 years if they feel like that it's not panning out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that they are a playing team. Maybe I'm wrong. In the comment section right now, get in there and tell me that I'm wrong. But I feel like that they will be a playing team for the next foreseeable future if they don't get LeBron. I'm saying that's their point guard. Like, LeBron will be their point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, bringing the ball up and all that good shit and doing all that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where, in my opinion, Bron is the best. Is his best version of himself at this age. He's 40, so he don't need. I don't want him fucking like the defense. He is non-defensive now. Now he don't have a he can play defense. He can lock in, but how often is he gonna need to lock in the 82 game season if you got Giannis and Bam on your team? You feel what I'm saying? And some shooters. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't gonna have to be too defensive. Get some shooters. Okay, if you sign Bron, go trade for Clay. Get another defensive piece and get a shooter. That team's gonna be dangerous. Okay, that'll definitely be the 2012, 2013 Miami Heat with all them shooters and defensive guys and your three main guys. You know what I'm saying? That will be basically again a team that can compete for a playoff spot. A team that could compete for a playoff spot in a big way, in a real way. You know what I'm saying? If you get Braun averaging 28 and 10, you get Giannis averaging 25, 15 and 5. You get Bam averaging 20, 15, 5, 20, 15, 3, and you giving me 2 blocks because Giannis gonna give you 2 blocks. You get what I'm saying? Like those two guys in itself should be enough to make up for what LeBron lack on the defensive end. You get what I'm saying? That's why I think that Miami is the best fit for LeBron. Maybe you think that, but he's saying Golden State. Now we gotta get to Golden State thing. Now we gonna get to the Golden State thing, and then we are gonna move on to some things about Lil Durk, right? Okay, all right. With the whole Golden State thing, Draymond can't be a corner nigga. He ain't never shot. He ain't never. He saying on Twitter that he can be this corner nigga all of a sudden. When the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see him becoming just randomly becoming a corner nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like just randomly becoming a corner dude. Like maybe in the comments, maybe I'm wrong, guys. Get in the comments and tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't think that he could be a corner nigga. Draymond cannot be a corner nigga. I like Draymond's defensive hustle and everything like that. He's still gonna have that because that's what he is in this league. He's a hustler, defensive guy, right? That's what his MO is, okay? And that at his size shouldn't be hard. At his mental, like his skill level and his experience should be enough to make him a decent defender, right? At this age. But also, Golden State is the retirement home. What other player that they have that's not Curry? I'll wait. They dropped the ball on Kuminga. Kuminga was their best hope. Their best hope, and Kerr refused to play him. Whatever Kerr had against Kuminga, he refused to play that guy. And now Kuminga's looking for $25 million a year, which he won't get. Sorry, Kuminga. That 20, like 20, what he averaged 20 last year. 20. I like his defensive, what he can be defensively. I do like what Kuminga can be defensively. Offensively, he still got a little ways to go, but I think he's almost there offensively though. What he showed in Atlanta was good enough for me to like put him in the same category as like an Andrew Wiggins. And Andrew Wiggins at the peak of his power was averaging 20. When he won the championship with Golden State, he was averaging 20. If we go, let's go look it up. I'm sure Andrew Wiggins. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but Andrew Wiggins at one point was averaging 20 points a game. You get what I'm saying? So y'all got to keep that in mind. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all got to keep that in mind. Andrew Wiggins was averaging that per. You feel me? Per timeout, he was averaging that 22 steals, and he was shooting good percentages. The thing with Kuminga, I don't know if he could shoot a good percentage. If he can become the guy that he wants to become, I don't know if he ever gonna be that. So that's my thing with Kuminga. I don't think that he ever gonna be the guy that he wants to be. But again, that was a thing that Steve Kerr had to swallow his pride, and he refused to. So he should have played Kuminga more, and maybe they wouldn't be in this position because they haven't signed no free agents. They are going to lose Curry next year. Like they didn't sign no fucking free agents. They probably gonna trade back for Clay, so they're gonna lose Curry anyway. If they don't get LeBron James, Golden State will lose Steph Curry. Golden State will lose Steph Curry. Okay, because he's not getting younger. He's old. But I hate that word old though, because old is very subjective, especially in these sports leagues. Tom Brady played till he's like 45, so it's super subjective. But man, let's move on to but that's enough about that. Let's move on to the next topic. We gotta keep it moving. You guys, we got to keep it moving. Yeah, we got to keep it moving. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. History. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Dirk. Let's talk about Dirk. Let's watch my boy video on what he think about Dirk. Expand. How do I expand that? And I don't want the world to see me, but I don't think that they'd understand
called them out on
that everything's
everything's
meant to be broken.
You chose not to do that.
I just want you to know who I am.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in
All right.
Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
What is going on with my computer, man? And I don't want the world to see me. What the fuck is going on with my computer? There's flies and shit out here, man. Sorry, y'all. My computer fucking up. Putting L's and shit. Nigga putting all them L's and nigga, we take dubs around this bitch. Alright, there we go. We back in session. We back in session. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about the Bron shit, bruh. You feel me? Y'all tell me what y'all think about the Bron shit. I think Bron to Miami is absolutely perfect. Alright, here we go. We back on this
Now
shit.
we're approaching 2 years since Lil Durk was arrested.
Now, Lil Durk okay, let's talk about Lil Durk real fast. Lil Durk been arrested, 2 years ago? Still ain't getting we ain't really getting a lot of updates on him, really. But lately, they dropped the Rico. Now, that's big for him because Rico charge is usually associated with murder and drugs and shit like that. Trafficking and shit like that. So, you don't want to really be involved with a Rico. Rico hard to beat. You feel me? So that's a huge W for him in court. You feel me? So let's listen to what Blackie got to say. Shout out to Blackie.
Back in October 2024, Durk was picked up in Florida after prosecutors accused him of helping organize a revenge plot targeting Quando Rondo.
For when that wasn't Durk.
Took place in Los Angeles in 2022.
Yeah.
And left Quando's cousin, Savia Robinson, dead. And Durk has, of course, remained behind bars ever since, pleading not guilty and waiting for the case to finally reach trial. With that trial now scheduled.
Here's my thing with Durk, though, guys. My thing with Durk, I don't feel like he was that dumb to put the murder vehicle in his name and to do all them stuff that they saying. They say he put the murder vehicle in his name. He put this in his name. He put that in his name. I don't think he's that stupid. That's me personally. I don't think he's that stupid. Now, with the Rico being dropped, that's a huge win for him because, like I just said, it's usually associated with murder, something that's hard to beat, drug trafficking, sex trafficking. It's always associated with something with 3 or 4 more things. And when you in court, you don't want to be associated with 2 or 3 more things associated with each other. Now, the judge is getting very upset with these guys because they are trying to prosecute him for something he did in LA and something he did in Chicago. He's trying to mix it together when Chicago don't even know what's going on with what they got going on, and LA losing their case. They losing their case, and now they want to just tie the 2 things into both to get the jury to think that, man, this guy's an asshole. He's such a kingpin and he's murdering people and like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he moved from Chicago, then he just moved to LA with the same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a menace to society type shit. But now that this Rico charge is dropped, that's neither there. The problem with me and Durk is that I have with Durk is, again, he put the vehicles in his name. He put hotels in his name. He paying niggas through Zelle and Cash App. I just feel like he cannot be that stupid. That's just what I feel like. Maybe that's all coincidence. That sound all coincidental. I don't feel like he that stupid. He been doing crimes since a fucking jit. He couldn't be stupid enough to make that mistake, right? And also with Durk, they let the internet trick him to believe that he had to fucking quote unquote slide for Vaughn. A nigga that's sitting in a fucking chair in his mama's living room, don't work out, don't exercise, don't get no hugs. No hugs he get. Okay? And that nigga tricked you off the internet by telling you that you need to slide for Vaughn. Who in all due respect with for him, he wasn't a choir boy neither. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Vaughn was like this good guy and everything, like didn't have these murder cases and stuff on his name, he would this case would have been dropped because there would have been no need for Dirk to slide for Vaughn, who in theory, let's say he wasn't a killer, let's say he just helped the community and he did what he did, he just made music. They would have been like, there's no need to slide. But it's the person behind it too. They equating all that too. You know what I'm saying? They putting all that together and saying Vaughn was a demon. Why wouldn't he slide for Vaughn? See the comments saying slide for Vaughn. The fans are so dumb. Do you think that they got this big case built out and they gonna get Dirk and they gonna lock him up forever? And in reality, they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing. They hoping that the court of opinion will fucking prosecute him, and that's not how shit works. The court of opinion don't prosecute a motherfucking soul. You feel me? The court of opinion don't prosecute a motherfucking soul. Say it again, Rollo, for the people in the back. The court of opinion don't prosecute a motherfucking soul. Yeah. You feel me? It's got to be based on true evidence.
For August, there's been several major developments in the case. One of them we covered was about prosecutors adding new charges and attempting to expand the case against Dirk shortly before trial. But now it looks like Dirk's legal team just scored a pretty significant win in court, and the judge appears to be checking the prosecutors over how they handle this.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, we covered prosecutors considering bringing two older incidents into Lil Durk's federal case. There was a 2019 Atlanta shooting. He was previously charged over. That case got dropped. And then there was a 2022 Chicago killing of a man named Stephon Mack. At the time, those incidents had not officially been added to the case, but prosecutors eventually moved forward and added these new gang-related charges, accusing Dirk of operating OTF as a violent criminal enterprise.
Okay, you see, bro? That's what I'll be telling my brothers, too. If I was to make it famous, some niggas that you know don't rap. Some niggas move that shit. You feel me? And that's cool. Niggas could do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? But I would probably get a RICO if I was famous, too, because I gave my partner $200 to go get an OZ and to go flip that shit for himself, because that's the best thing that he do. He don't rap. You feel me? He don't hold the camera. He don't do that. He behind the scenes, and I just made sure him and his family, okay, he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, because really a RICO really is like a nigga like Dirk. He rich, right? He got millions of dollars. So the feds would say what a RICO is, what the feds are saying when they giving RICOs out like that, is what they saying is that simply that this man couldn't, like, the nigga that, say I gave a nigga $1,000, that nigga couldn't go get an ounce of anything if you didn't give him the money. If you didn't give him the money, he would have never made that much money to go get an ounce of that white girl and go get rich. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gave him a stimulus package almost. You know what I'm saying? You gave him a alley hoop to go move these drugs to the neighborhood and get rich. Move these guns to the neighborhood and get rich. That's where the RICO start right
And those
there.
new charges allow
And you didn't know what he was doing
the
with the
Atlanta
money.
and Chicago allegations into the same case as the alleged attack targeting Quando Rondo in Los Angeles.
Like I said, free
Instead of
Dirk,
the trial
though.
focusing on one alleged murder plot, prosecutors were attempting to present all three situations as part of one much larger.
See, what they trying to do here is simple, bro. Like I just said in the beginning, they trying to prosecute him in the court of opinion, so the jury could fucking find him guilty. You feel what I'm saying? Like they being greedy. They being greedy. They being greedy.
For jury selection,
They being greedy.
And then they asked for the trial coming up in August to be delayed, so the expanded case could be tied together with the main case that he's behind bars for.
Yeah. So
And
they
then
could
Dirk's
like paint him
legal
out to
team,
be
they
a
decided to
villain,
fight back,
a
asking
demon.
the judge to either dismiss the new charges or separate them from the original case.
Yeah.
So the trial that's coming up on August 20 could move forward. And now it appears that prosecutors have taken a huge L, and Lil Durk actually just took a huge W in court.
Dirk coming
basically,
home,
the
okay?
judge agreed to separate
Dirk
the
coming
new
home.
racketeering-related charges from the upcoming trial.
Yeah.
So these new charges that they were trying to add on to the main case, it's now been decided that those charges are not going to be tied together with the original case that he's behind bars for.
Yeah, see.
So Dirk will still face the original Los Angeles murder for hire case in August, while the newer gang-related charges will be handled separately later.
Which the problem with the murder for hire case in LA is that they don't have substantial evidence tying him to it. Okay, so what? So what? He rented his partner a little, you know what I mean? So what? He got them boys a place to stay. So what? He sent some money off of Cash App. That's all substantial. None of that shit really ties you to anything. Okay, they decided to go pull a crime. What the fuck they have to do with me? I didn't know none of this, and all that stuff that I just said, the hotel room buying, the car buying, and the flights that he bought for them, the payments, that's all could be misconstrued in the grand scheme of everything. Remember, he's a millionaire. He's a millionaire. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Bring his partners out to LA, like, you know what I'm saying? It's normal things that people do. You feel what I'm saying? That's normal shit that people do. Normal people make sure other people are okay. Like, he a millionaire. What's 10,000 to his partners who he grew up with type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's
And
all
based on what
substantial. That's why
happened
the LA
during
case
actual
is gonna
hearing,
get dropped.
The
That's
judge
why.
was really not rocking with what the prosecution was saying.
The judge was
Actually,
had
he
it. The
questioned
judge
why
had it.
Everything needed to be combined together and appeared to be checking the government over the way they tried to expand the case so close to trial.
Yeah.
Now, one of the incidents prosecutors were trying to bring into the case was a 2022 murder in Chicago. Federal investigators
that
have
boy got the
alleged that
Drakiana.
to that case, although he hasn't been charged with.
Boy got the
murder.
Drakiana
Then there's also
on him.
the 2019 shooting in Atlanta, a case Dirk was previously charged in before those charges were eventually dropped. So they're trying to take these separate incidents from different cities from years.
But ain't the Atlanta shooting would be double jeopardy if the shit already got dropped? That's called double jeopardy. Am I right? Like, double jeopardy is when you was like charged for something or not charged for something, they try to re-prosecute you. That sound like double jeopardy to me. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Like, because these laws for federals
Years
and
ago,
everything,
we put
every
them all
state
in
got
this
their own
federal
laws.
case
But double
against
jeopardy is
Dirk.
double jeopardy.
And so the reason why they wanted to do that, I think, is pretty obvious. If they succeeded, the jury would not only hear about the alleged murder for hire plot targeting Quando Rondo in Los Angeles, they would also hear about the separate allegations from Chicago and Atlanta, which of course they would
Exactly.
use against Dirk. And
Okay,
say that
exactly.
his record label OTF
Exactly.
is actually a gang.
Exactly.
Now, one of the lead
Exactly. You see, they trying to paint him out to be a bad guy. In the court of public opinion, they trying to paint him out to be a bad guy. Okay.
prosecutors
Let's get back
in
to
this
it.
case, his name is Ian Ianiello, argue that the new charges were directly connected to the original case because what happened in Los Angeles, that murder for hire plot that Dirk was allegedly a part of orchestrating, was committed on behalf of a gang. So basically, they're just kind of trying to paint a story here. And they're
Exactly.
trying to say that this was not three
negative
random,
picture.
unrelated situations. They wanted to present all of it as part of a larger pattern involving Lil Durk and his record label.
And I don't think that's the case. Like, we don't have to hear anymore. But in my opinion, that's not the case for Dirk. Dirk did not. In my opinion, man, if it's two people watching, there should be four. There should be another 2 likes. So y'all like up. Just gonna interrupt and say that y'all like up, man. But anyway, if Dirk did hire these people, bro, those are 3 separate incidents, so they should be charged as 3 separate things. They not. I don't think that. Me personally, maybe OT. I don't think OTF is a gang. Maybe it is. But maybe you feel what I'm saying? Maybe it is, but in my opinion, I don't think so. Did he hire them people to go get back for Vaughn? I don't know neither. That's such a good thing too, because all the evidence is substantial. Every piece of evidence they got in this case is very substantial.
Yeah, but
in my
interestingly enough, the judge pushed back. So the judge, Michael Fitzgerald, said
Michael
he viewed the
Fitzgerald.
UAE charges as a strategy, although he admitted it was a no doubt clever strategy to strengthen the original case by placing separate incidents that looked bad for Dirk in front of the same jury. And then he really checked the prosecutors here. He basically told them, you believe you have a better chance of winning the Los Angeles case if the jury also hears the Chicago allegations. And then he said, you treat that as a feature, I treat that as a bug. In other words, the judge believed prosecutors saw the extra allegations as a way to strengthen their chances with the jury, while he saw that same strategy as a potential fairness problem.
I know it. I could have told you that. I could have told you what they was doing. I could have told you that they was trying to basically make it seem like he was just this ravaged criminal who just going around off and shit. Like facts.
And honestly, that directly gets to the heart of what prosecutors appear to be trying to do here. By putting all these different charges and all these situations together, personally, I believe that they're trying to control the lens that Lil Durk gets viewed through. And of course, their job here is to prove that these allegations against him are in fact true. So they got to make him look like the gang member they claim that he is. And then the judge basically said that, you know what, we're going to focus on this federal case right here and not mix all those other things that you guys are trying to add in here.
Beautiful.
And basically he called out the prosecutors on their strategy. Now, I wouldn't really say that the judge was defending.
Hey, shout out to the judge though, man. Shout out to the judge for being a real one.
Instead of automatically allowing prosecutors to combine all these allegations in front of the court. Now, there's also another important.
They're trying to run with this narrative of that. They're trying to run with this narrative that he's like a bad guy. But shit, he do shit for the community, so he can't be that fucking bad. Shit, you feel what I'm saying? Like he just can't possibly be that bad if he doing shit for the community, right? All right. Let's conclude the Durk situation, right? Let's conclude this because Blackie gonna say basically what my notes say. Let's check out the notes, okay? Rico dropped, Judge fed up. They gonna try to paint him out. Yeah, I said all that. Like I said, again, recap real fast. If Durk is stupid enough to send niggas Zelles payments, get rental cars for niggas to kill niggas, and he is $1 million up, I don't think that's what it is. They say they got tap phone calls with him saying shit, but I think that all that shit is substantial. With his like, you know what I'm saying? All that shit's substantial. Like, get them niggas on the stand and let them talk. They ain't gonna talk because they ain't got no, because it ain't no involvement. They slid for fine. So what? So what? This is what we build in this ecosystem of rap. You build this persona of being this super bona fide gangster. So when it's time to ride, you gotta slide. That's so for rap, man. Rap is the only genre where your crimes, like you commit crimes, you become more famous. You can't go to look. If you commit a crime as a country artist, you're done. You commit a crime as a pop artist, you're done. You commit a crime as a Christian artist, you're done. But you commit a crime as a rapper, you're now tapped in, certified all over the world now. You know what I'm saying? Like when Pooh Shiesty get out of jail, bruh, he gonna be a megastar. You feel what I'm saying? So rap has to evolve eventually, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like the persona of a rapper is a nigga that commit crimes and fucking wear grills and dye their hair and do stupid shit and say stupid shit. They got to change. You know what I'm saying? Like the niggas like J. Cole, they come and they fucking go. Nigga, J. Cole dropped the album, what, 6-7 months ago, and nobody talks about J. Cole. Man, that wasn't even 6-7 months ago. That was like 3 months ago. And nobody talks about J. Cole. Kendrick got GNX. I be jamming GNX all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people be jamming GNX, and we can't wait for Kendrick to drop or something else. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga like Drake. Drake fell into that pattern of trying to be cool. Speaking of Drake, let's talk about Drake. Let's talk about Drake and Lefty. We went right up into that segment so well. Okay, let's talk about Drake and Lefty. Let's see if we can find. Okay, let's just type it in. Oh, I put crazy. DRAKE Drake. Oh yeah, I got it already up right here. I think I was watching a video, so we're gonna watch that video that I was watching. Yeah, with Chigs. Chigs was talking about it.
Is how much
Shout out to Chigs, man. Chigs always got the fucking. You know what I mean? Man, I gotta get YouTube Premium on my mom. So
YouTube
Chigs. My boy Chigs. Shout out to Chigs.
Fine. You know what? I like Chick Smooth. Chick Smooth is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. When are we gonna start telling the truth around here? Every single day, somebody gets on here lying about something that we have clear.
Okay, let's talk about Drake. Let's go to the notes. I stay going to the notes. Sorry, y'all. All right, let's talk about Drake for a second, right? Let's talk about Drake for a second. Drake was talking down. Drake is right now the most streamed artist on the platform, on any platform, right? On all platforms, Drake is the most streamed artist. He dropped 3 albums, probably about a month ago, and people still listening to him. They still it's bangers all over the place, right? And now this, but just a while ago, he was just. It's crazy to me to think that just a while ago he was just suing and doing all this extra shit, talking about bots this, bots that. But now all of a sudden, we ain't talking about bots no more. Okay, just like I said, okay, Drake is the most streamed artist as of right now, as of we speaking right now. He's the most streamed artist on Spotify, and he was just suing Spotify or whoever the entities that be, saying that that they were buying streams or something. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he was just saying like how they was buying streams for. Like, he was just saying how they was buying streams for Kendrick Lamar and trying to ruin his name. So let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it, right? It's crazy how the numbers work in your favor now. Now it's not a problem. Now all of a sudden you don't have that same issue with the numbers. All of a sudden the numbers are correct. All of a sudden you the number one streaming artist. Now all of a sudden the numbers are correct. You feel me? Drake is a good artist, right? But the thing with Drake is that he moves so shiesty. You feel me? He moved kind of shiestily. He get these artists, he get these up and coming artists, and he does. People feel like he uses them. Like, I like Drake. I like Drake as a fan. I like Drake. And also, I don't think that he uses these artists. I think that he get these artists bigger platform. But people think that he uses these artists to get up in a way or to use their style or whatever, right? Right? Lefty, let's talk about Lefty. On the other hand, Lefty is a direct, like what Drake is, Lefty is not. What Lefty is, Drake is not. Lefty is a gangster, nigga. Probably not a gangster. I don't know what gangsters are nowadays, but if we looking at from what you can see, face tattoos all over the body, nigga to say whatever the fuck comes to his mind sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, no education. No offense to Lefty. I love Lefty. Like, I'm a big fan of Lefty. You feel what I'm saying? But he got it out the streets. Drake, Branton. Where he grew up? Brampton. You know what I'm saying? He grew up over there. His family moved over there. Got it. You know what I'm saying? He was more than a middle class family that they had when you move into Brampton in Canada. I don't know nothing about Brampton, but I heard it was nice. Okay? Now, Lefty got to stop acting like he didn't say more than 4 words on. What he say? Spooky. What he say? Spooky, crazy, something hilarious. He said 4 words on Kendrick album, and now he's acting like he is the biggest artist in American history. You know what I'm saying? So Drake probably don't realize or know that his team reached out to Lefty. Drake usually work with, like, if you was the enemy, if you Drake's enemy, Drake gonna work with your enemy. If you Drake's enemy, Drake gonna work with. So let's say it again. If you Drake's enemy, Drake gonna work with the people that you don't like. Okay, Drake. That's just what he do. So Kendrick enemy. So they tried to get Lefty on a track. Didn't work. Lefty got too much love for Kendrick because he let him say 4 words on the song, and then he brought him on a red carpet, and he let him be himself. I guess that's the whole premise of why he is down for Kendrick, like he is down for Kendrick. You feel me? Shout out to Kendrick for letting this man get on his track and say 4 words. That must have changed his whole goddamn life. Saying 4 words. I heard that Lefty only got 10 fucking K and some royalties from the song anyway, and he only said 4 words anyway. 10K for 4 words, boy. Lefty got paid 10K to say 4 fucking words on one of the biggest artists' album that was beefing with another bigger artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Lefty got paid 10 racks and got some royalties and got to walk the red carpet. Nigga really played you though. Know what I'm saying? Because a nigga couldn't give me no fucking 10K to get on the track and spit bad about a nigga. You feel me? You gotta give me a little bit more money because I'm burning a major bridge here. See, that's what Lefty should have made sure he got compensated heavily for that because he burning a bridge. That's a major bridge. It's not a nigga walking through the hood like you. This is a nigga that's the biggest artist in the world that you now can't work with because Drake don't want to work with you. Drake got on the phone with Adam and was saying like, why the fuck would I want to work with Lefty Gunplay? Okay, so why did you work with Molly Santana and give her $500K and give her the STEMI package? Not a motherfucker got over 1 million Spotify streams a month. The STEMI package working. A lot put in the bottom, bro. What y'all think about the Drake STEMI package? Drake STEMI package work. Look what it did for Fetty Wap. Look what it did for the Migos. The Drake STEMI used to be something so massive and still is a little bit massive, but not as massive as it used to be, but it's still something though. He's still one of the biggest artists in the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would ask him. Like, why would he say, oh, fuck no, I wouldn't work with Lefty, but he worked with Top 5. Top 5, one of the worst artists I ever heard in my life. Let's stop the bullshit, bro. Let's stop the bullshit. Drake lying. Drake either knows or don't know maybe, but still though, somebody told him. Nobody just reach out on your behalf just to work with a nigga and the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, gang. Come on, gang. He really definitely wanted to work with Lefty. Shout out to Lefty for fucking curving him, I guess. But let's get into this video though. Let's get into this video and see what Chief got to say.
Evidence of. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this one is absolutely bizarre. Hey, to all you celebrities and rappers and artists, you don't have to dispel every rumor because you might end up looking crazy. Now, back in April 2024, Lefty Gunplay did an interview with Bootleg Kev where he actually revealed that Drake reached out to him to do a song together.
Hey, did you hear the Kendrick Lamar Euphoria diss record?
I haven't heard the Kendrick. I heard all Kendrick Lamar Money Trees.
You haven't heard his new record that he the Drake diss that dropped?
He dropped a diss towards Drake?
Yeah.
What? I met Salsa Walker.
It's 6 minutes and 40 seconds of him dissing Drake.
Shut up. How many views does he got?
It's the most listened to rap song of the year in one day. It was 9 million.
Shout out to Drake, man, because he tapped in, his management tapped in with Solis, and he wanted to do some shit with me. So
Drake wanted to do something with you?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna diss Drake, man. Shout out to Drizzy. Shout out to Drizzy, man. What thing we tapped into with
Kendrick.
Then we tapped into with Mozzie's management too. But yeah, shout out to Drizzy, man. I really hope that Drizzy's Drizzy, dog. But Kendrick's LA. Shout out to Kendrick too, man. Whatever they got going on.
This week, we're hosting a free trading and investing workshop right here in Houston. Inside this workshop, you'll learn you don't need to be a Wall Street pro to trade like one.
Right, fool? The fools are both hard. I'd be lying if I said I don't bump Drake.
My name's Paul. That's between y'all, man.
Now, back then, Lefty Gunplay had all the hype, all the clout. A lot of people said he was going to be the next up artist from Cali. So it wasn't a surprise to anybody. We know Drake loves to work with up-and-coming artists that got a little bit of hype to them. That's big.
Let's be honest, Lefty lying. Okay, Lefty lying. He knew that the shit was dropped. He knew all that shit. At that point, he was just trying to hold himself together and make sure that he don't burn the bridge that he didn't have.